Hello and welcome to the OTR Love Team Time Trial Series. My name is Andy and I'll take you through the highlights show for race 11, and we have League 1, 5 teams, and that's OTR Ultraviolet, OTR Blue, 3R Mushroom, AeSRT and Peddlers. And as usual, countdown to the start, and let's have a look at how they get on with the pace line and see which of the teams are the quickest in League 1. It's really interesting. Ultraviolet there, slow off the line, and I don't know why when it was completely synced. So for AeSRT, Arnaud is doing the recording for me, so thank you very much for that. So you got Roman, Arnaud, Jojo, Johan and Dennis. For 3R Mushroom, we have a new face today. So we have Jelle, so DJ, Rajesh, Wayne and Anders, no JP this time. For Ultraviolet, Jim, Lutz, Roger, Neil and Tony. OTR Blue is Adam, Peter, Roger and Gordon. And for Peddlers, Christoph, Henrik, Matthias, Doug and Jürgen. So AeSRT and Peddlers both at 0.64 kilometers for that first minute. And I think that's how it's going to go. Is you're going to see Peddlers and AeSRT battling it out, and then the rest of the league trying to fight each other. So Gordon up front with Peter, Adam and Roger. But looking at those kilometers per hour, they're around about the same anyway, aren't they? So if you look at OTR, it's 41, Mushrooms 41, Blue is 39.40, so they're slightly slower. But you have a look at Peddlers is 42.43 and AeSRT is 45, so I would expect AeSRT to be top of the 5k split. And that's what we've seen. So OTR Blue is 8 minutes and 5, Ultraviolet 7.46, Mushroom is 7.29, Peddler 7.16, so 5 seconds difference between that and AeSRT at 7.11. And I don't think we've got anybody drops so far, no. So OTR Blue, Roger up front, he's just peeling off now for Gordon to pick up. Ultraviolet Lutz is up front with Tony, Neil, Jim and Roger. There's a slight gap now between Roger and Jim, but Jim's going to help to close that up. DJ's up front with Jelle, and then you got Rajesh, Anders, Wayne. For Peddlers, Matthias is up front now, but we've lost we've lost Jürgen. Wrong team, so we've lost Jürgen, he's now 490 meters back. So Christoph, Henrik, Matthias and Doug. And we've also lost Johan and Dennis from AeSRT, so they're about the same, 490 meters back. So Roman, Jojo and Arnaud. And I have no idea how Arnaud can do those split times while controlling the mouse and just racing. It's fantastic to see. Have we dropped anybody else? I don't think we have. No. So Peter up front for Blue. But looking at those timings, as I said, I expected AeSRT, then Peddlers, but let's see if that changes on the 15 kilometer splits. But looking at the KPHs, you've got 42, 41 and 42 for Mushroom. AeSRT is 44, Peddlers is 42. So let's see how that goes. Arnood is amazing. So Gordon up front, Peter, Adam and Roger for blue. For ultraviolet, Lutz, Roger, Jim and Tony, Neil. Mushroom, DJ, Rajesh, Anders, Wayne and LA. Peddlers, Henrik's up front, so Christoph just peeling back, so Henrik, Doug, Matthias and Christoph. And Roman's up front for AeSRT, then Jojo and Arnood. So looking at that, and it has changed, so Peddlers are picking up the pace now. So Peddlers are 21:31 and AeSRT is 21:39. So I think having those two riders dropped is not helping AeSRT at the moment. But they're still a really strong team, and you can see that. And they're giving Peddlers a run for the money. If you look at the KPHs that's going on at the moment. Interesting. I need to find out how AeSRT got on. But when I spoke to Arnood, he said they had a really bad race. But looking at this, I don't know how. But yeah, incredible. Apart from the scenery keeps changing. So OTR Blue, Gordon's up front with Peter, Adam and Roger, so they haven't dropped anybody. Fantastic to see. Ultraviolet, Roger has dropped, so he's now 550 behind on this 20k split. So with Jim, Neil, Tony and Lutz. And Lutz looks as though he's dropping as well. And Mushroom, nobody's dropped. So looking at the split times, 30:44 for Blue, Ultraviolet's 30:31, Mushroom 29:10, AeSRT 28:40, and Peddlers 28:22. So there is a slight gap now between Peddlers and AeSRT, and a slight gap of 30 seconds between AeSRT and 3R Mushroom. So where are we now with a finish? So we're about 1.3 kilometers from the finish line. Gordon's up front with Peter, Adam and Roger. And again, there's slight gaps, but they're going to close those up. With Ultraviolet, as I said, we thought we were going to lose Lutz, and we have done, so he's now 820 metres behind. So you've got Jim, Tony and Neil, and they're just going through the kite now. For 3R Mushroom, you've got Anders, Wayne, Yele, Rajesh and DJ, again all together as a team, so it's really strong. And for Peddlers, you've got Doug, Matthias, Christoph's there as well with Henrik. And Jurgen's calling out the times and encouraging the team as well, so that's superb to see. And for AeSRT, Jojo's going through with Roman and Arnood. Arnood's doing a fantastic job with the recording as well. I don't know how he does it. I think it's difficult for me when I'm at 2.9 watts per kilo. No one else has dropped, so that's good to see. Looking at the splits, you'd expect them to speed up now. So Blue 43, Ultraviolet 41, Mushroom 46, 43 for AeSRT and 50 for Peddlers. So Doug's dropped, he's now 80 metres behind. So you've got Henrik, Matthias and Christoph, and they're just going through the line now. Arnood, Jojo and Roman just went through. So looking at that, Blue looking at the finish, you've got Peddlers on 36.32, AeSRT 2. So you can see they swapped around a couple of times. With Sharks 3711, Mushroom 3734, Ultraviolet 3927, and OTR Blue 3936. So it'd be useful to see what that looks like now when we look at the results. So for League 1, we've got Peddlers on 13 points, AeSRT on 12, so there's 1 point difference, with Mushroom on 11, further 1 point, and then OTR Ultraviolet and OTR Blue. So as it stands, if this was week 12, you would see Peddlers, AeSRT and 3 on Mushroom going through to the final. So all to look out for next week. Thank you for watching, and hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you for week 12.